just heavy and emotional. It was just a steady foot to the neck, I thought. It was that kind of just.
Dude,
Well, tell me about
there's
this.
more than one thing to the neck.
Well, tell me about this because it doesn't
Okay.
sound good. It doesn't sound like, there's a happy ending here somewhere,
I'm really giving you dire warnings here.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. And my name is Greg, and that guy is Chris.
Yes, he is.
And the way this works is that Chris gives us songs. And I'm hearing rumors that there's another Kofi request.
Yes.
And you got another Kofi request from me.
Yeah, I do. I got a Kofi request from Eric with an H.
Hey.
We've definitely done several of his requests before. And the name of the band is Hotel Lux. And the name of the song is The Last Hangman.
Okay.
Sounds like very light.
Sounds a very uplifting.
Kind of song. Yes. Oh, no.
Yeah. Very.
Well, it's not that you lift it up, it's that the bottom drops out.
Yes.
That's more of a joke. I apologize.
Let me go.
The last hangman's morality song. Like I say, for each man and woman hung, the last hangman's morality song. For each man and woman hung, the last hangman's morality song. Take them to the stars. I
Hey, I am back. Uh, that's a heck of a song.
It is.
That's
What's
a heck of a song.
what's your impression?
It got hit, kind of like boom. There's a lot. There's a lot to that song. And
Well,
a lot of it.
I would imagine the title kind of it prepared you a little bit that you knew it was going to be something heavy, right?
The first, yeah, and then if I was in doubt, then the guitar. The guitars that started that song off. And the drums. Almost like a drum beat, boom, boom, boom. To something.
Yeah, it was
Um,
kind of relentless.
and that guitar reminded me of has a little bit of a like an Echo and the Bunnymen sort of sound. I
Not
don't
really
know if you're
strong with
familiar
that.
with them. Even Mazzy Star, there's a Mazzy Star song that's like, has that kind of wow, 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 and it just kind of like just repeats it. And
Mhm.
there's almost like a march kind of where, she's sort of singing towards something. And that's where I felt this was, kind of a real sort of march onward towards, um, people being hung. Um, his voice was powerful, man. Uh, it's another one where there was one not long ago, a song we reacted to where the lead singer sounded like Joe Strummer, had that clash, had that
Mhm.
Joe Strummer sort of sound.
Yeah.
Um, and his voice reminded me again of Joe
Oh,
Strummer,
okay.
had that, but even like powerful, like, it was almost like, this guy was calling out, whatever, he was actually at one point like, a call to arms, a call to arms. Um, there was, it was a lot in here, a lot to unpack, but there were a couple of times, at least, where there was like this, the cadence was like, da 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 da. Like almost it was almost like come out, come out, come out to play. It was this kind of eerie sort of, he was putting words like that, this kind of he wasn't singing that, but it was just
Oh, that
I
was
don't know.
almost a more positive kind of melody, but with state.
Yeah, yeah. There was almost like a lullaby kind of thing, sort of,
Right.
that was thrown in this real dark, ominous kind of, again, like a march towards, that song, those drums and those guitars, they weren't stopping. It was kind of like repeating the same thing, but it wasn't boring. It was that was the foundation, and it was strong. And so it just kept going, and his voice was really um that was like, the beacon, like you just like you would just he was leading you wherever it was going, and it just sounded really dark, just heavy and emotional. It was just a steady foot to the neck, I thought. It was that kind of just,
Dude, there's a
well,
lot.
tell me about
There's
this.
more than one thing to the neck.
Well,
Um,
tell me about this because it doesn't
okay.
sound good. It doesn't sound like, there's a happy ending here somewhere.
I'm really giving you dire warnings here. Um, this band, Hotel Lux, they're named after an actual place called Hotel Lux, which was like kind of like a place where uh, refugees, uh, political people wanting political assignment, they would stay asylum. They would stay there during World War II. Maybe running for the Nazis or whatever.
Okay.
And it was in Moscow. Okay. So right there, right off the bat, just based on their name, it's a serious band. I haven't heard anything else they've done, but from hearing the name of the band and knowing what this song is about, it's pretty heavy stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
This song came out in 2017. Okay. And so this,
Wow.
yeah, this is a real long
Sounds
song for us to cover.
this
Um,
sounds like a 70s, or has just a
and it's
real
kind of
retro
tricky, it's kind of hard
sound.
to tell. It's one of those. Um,
Wow.
Now, what it's about, okay, the last hangman, it's about an actual hangman executioner um, from Great Britain, and his name was Albert Pierpont. Okay, and let me see. In his career, he He executed somewhere between 435 and 600 people over a 25-year career. And apparently, I may be wrong, but I think his father and his uncle were executioners too. Because I was thinking, well, how do you get into this business? It's got to be a tough business, So anyway, he was apparently they banned hanging. They may ban the executions altogether. But he was one of the last ones. And what really struck me, though, as I was reading on Wikipedia, of course, about him, was he executed a guy named Timothy Evans. Okay, and this guy Evans was, according to Wikipedia, he had the vocabulary of a 14-year-old and the mental age of a 10-year-old. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, Timothy Evans, that sounds familiar. I found out I don't know if you saw it, and I can't remember this channel was on, but I watched this documentary about this serial killer, this British serial killer who's played by Tim Roth, and you know who Tim Roth is, right? He's an actor we both really like.
Yeah.
He played the guy, John Christie. That was the guy. He was the serial killer.
Okay.
And he ended up killing this guy's wife and his baby too. I think she was still pregnant with the with the baby, and I think so. It was a double murder, and he didn't do it. This guy Christie pinned it on this guy because this guy was kind of with him when he did it. And Christie talked him into it, like doing some kind of and it made it look like a botched abortion. Okay. Something along that. It's been a while since I saw it. But what's interesting is this guy Pierpont, who the song's about, was the executioner who hanged this guy who was wrongly accused.
Oh, no.
So it's really sad. He was a 25-year-old guy. So he gets executed because of this other piece of shit. So that stood out to me. So I didn't go that deeply into this. So that's why I'm getting some of the facts wrong. Okay. But it was still interesting about the guy. Tough subject to go into. It's not. Okay. So, I don't think, it's hard to get heavier than, being an executioner and capital punishment and so on. Even if you think these people people who are executed deserve it, it's got to be a hard thing to do, unless you're not feeling whatsoever. I have my opinions about it, but I'm just saying, whether it's the right thing to do or not, it's got to be a hard thing to actually carry out.
It's not a regular 9-to-5 job. You punch time clock card in, like, hey Harry, hey Joe,
right.
And just punch, like you're killing people.
Of course, if his father did it and his uncle did it, he grew up hearing about it and so on. So maybe it didn't affect him as much, or he heard a lot of what he thought were valid reasons behind it. But you got to wonder, how did his father get into it, and his uncle? I mean, it's just, unless you really need a job and that's what's available, I don't know.
Yeah, the Hangman.
But
that's crazy. But I'm not even thinking about the Hangman now. Like, what a tough job. Yeah. That poor man who is wrongly accused.
Yeah, that really got to me. The movie I saw about it was good, but really, really dark stuff. And I would say that stuff gets to me more as I get older.
Do you have the lyrics up right now for that song?
Yeah.
It does anything jump? This might be a little unfair, put you on the spot, but it does knowing what this is about, is any lyrics, any lines combined with something like that, like jump out at you in one line, something, and say, oh, just knowing what it's about?
Not any particular one. I would say the whole thing. But there's a refrain that goes, take them to the stocks and leave them to rot. And it says that. It goes to that 3 times in the refrain. Okay. The refrain goes 3 times. So that's pretty heavy. When they repeat stuff like that, and it's almost like a chant. And then it comes back later in the song also. And then the chorus at the end is Albert shows no reprieve. Albert shows no reprieve. He says it several times.
Yeah,
So I would
okay.
say all the lyrics and the whole song in its entirety. But as morbid as the lyrics are, still the music and the music was heavy too, but it was still good.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the
What
music was great.
what gets to me though is, when I know the lyrics and I know it's a heavy song, no matter how good the music is, a lot of times I just don't want to hear it. I just want to listen to it.
So where does this song? I know that. Where's this song sort of fall for you? Is that one of them?
I will not put it on a playlist. Maybe years ago I would, but like I said, this stuff gets to me more
Yeah.
as time goes on. I'm more into escaping into music now than having it be something that I necessarily learn from the lyrics or that makes me contemplate certain heavy issues. I really don't feel like doing that these days. Maybe in the future again I will. I used to like I used to like to be challenged by that, but now really that's why I that's one of the reasons I always say I didn't follow the lyrics, because the music to me is what really captures me.
You know,
I
I think
really
I'm
love the music itself. That's why I'm so cool with instrumentals. They don't need You don't need words. If you have good words, that's all the better, but you don't need them.
well, Eric, this is a great song. It actually really
That's
was.
such a good mood, Eric, with an H.
It it works because music is, music's
Gotta
going to do a
encompass,
lot of
gotta
things.
encompass everything.
Make you happy, make you sad, make you mad, make you wonder, make you do a lot of things. And this song actually, you could tick a few boxes, and
It was
what,
definitely impactful.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to take us out and say,
Take us out.
Chris,
Don't take us out like Albert Pierpont would.
yeah, you have a good day, good
I will see
night,
you, Greg, in the afterlife.
and to everyone out there, um, we'll see you on the next episode of Into the Music.